And greetings once again, primitive Earth humans. Welcome back to Sky Factory 2.4 with AlienPet13. Okay, well, let's put our Zibikio helmet back on. And got a little bit of a surprise for you today. It seems the cosmic alien overlord, in his infinite wisdom, quote unquote, decided I needed a little bit of help and a little companionship here in the Sky Factory home base. And he saw fit to send me Spoo, the intern, who's been a source of many troubles because Spoo's an idiot. You know, all of us aliens are clones, but I think somebody soured the batch when they made Spoo, because he's kind of a dummy. But which is why he has the designation of 0. Which is what Spoo means in our alien language. It means 0. And Spoo, he's not too bright. But, I don't know. Hopefully he'll help us fight stuff a little bit. Like I say, I'm going to have to try and teach him some stuff and try and keep him out of trouble. You behave yourself, Spoo, or I will probe you in the bung, if you had one. But anyway, so how'd we get Spoo here? Spoo's he's a follower. Here, we can put him in following mode. And, of course, this is part of the custom NPCs mod. And as you can see, I've got a new item in my inventory here, which is the NPC wand. Pretty easy thing to craft. We can look at a crafting recipe here. Very simple, just a couple of sticks, a couple hunks of bread. Or you can make it this way, too. I don't know why anybody would waste a third piece of bread when you can just do it with 2. But that's how you make the wand. And with the custom NPC wand, you can pretty much just click somewhere. Boom. Create a new character. You can, edit it. You can edit all kinds of things. You can, change the texture and style and things like that. I guess we've changed him to the player character. If you want to edit the model, you can edit the model. A bunch of different models in there. So, yeah, I think we will delete this guy here. Go away, you. We do not want you. So we've got Spoo. I gave him an ender sword. I'll have to create a better weapon for him and teach him some language. Right now, he just kind of wanders around aimlessly because he's dumb as a stump. And he better stay out of trouble, Spoo. But yeah, we can right-click on him with the wand, and we can change stuff. We can add stuff into his inventory, and all kinds of other groovy things we can do to him. I've set him to be a healer, so, we'll see if he follows me around. And, I get hurt. Hopefully he'll throw some healing on me. He ain't got no armor right now. And I don't know if I will be able to take him to space, because he will probably suffocate, and these custom NPCs don't appear to have the ability to wear, the spacesuits and things like that, but I suppose I could probably just set him to not suffocate. I can tinker with his genetics, as inferior as his genes already are at this point. So, anyway, we got Spoo. Let's, yeah, he's in follow mode right now. He will follow us around. He can also open doors and things. He does not know how to open these Melisses doors, so I kind of got to open it for him or he gets stuck in there, because again, he's incredibly stupid. Come on, you douchebag. Follow me up here. Yes, those are stairs, Spoo. You pretty much just put one foot in front of the other. If only I could beat on him and slap him around. Okay, anyway. So we've got Spoo with us now to, generally mess things up for us and cause us a great deal of headache and aggravation. Come on, let's go back down. Here, Spoo. So, I think we were pretty much kind of sort of ready to go to Mars. Of course, I think what I'm going to have to do here is we shall take Spoo. I wonder if I could teach him to fish. And he just falls right in the water. Oh boy. Yes, he needs some serious training. I don't know if it'll do any good though. We can push him in there and do cruel things to him. I'm amazed that he has the brain power to swim. But we will leave him here. And you go ahead and just hang out by the pool here, Spoo. I'm gonna go to Mars and do a little forward recon there. So, of course, now what we want to do is, I think, we don't have to launch from here. Of course, we've got to use our same workaround that we use in all dimensions, and all Galacticraft dimensions, when we are launching from a Sky Factory 2 world, because of the way the world generation works and all that stuff. So let's check out take a look in our space backpack right now. We have one oxygen bubble distributor, and we've got a fuel loader. I think we're going to need some machines to take with us to Mars. Of course, we want to build ourselves a base, once we get there. But I suppose we don't necessarily have to do that right now. We can just establish our interporter transport position on Mars. But I'd like to build some form of at least rudimentary base once we get there. So I'll grab up some materials. Maybe 6 stacks of cobblestone here. We'll toss that in our inventory. And you know what? I'm going to take a whole bunch of these interporters. We're only going to need to take one with us. And let's put a bunch of these guys away here. This is our current one for Overworld and for the moon. So we'll bring one of our interporters with us, which we've already got one in our space backpack. So we'll go ahead and do that there. In fact, we no longer need our tier 1 rocket anymore. So we can retire that guy right now. We can put him in here. We've got our tier 2 rocket. Will get us to the moon and a little bit further. So as we level up with these rockets, we can, just use the newest, highest tier version one that we have. I think I'm also going to take my NPC wand and we'll stick it in the tool rack right there. We don't need to waste the inventory space. So let's see. See how we're doing on glowstone torches. We've got 64. We're going to need a crap ton more. So let's make a bunch of those guys. How many can we make before we run out of sticks? Sure, we'll just make 4 more stacks of those. Toss those guys, let's toss this all in our backpack at the moment. So we've got 4 extra stacks of glowstone torches. We've got a full stack here, and we've got, about a third of a stack right here. So yeah, it should be enough for a little while there. I think while we're at it, before we head up there, let's top off our oxygen tanks, make sure those guys are full. And we've still got 4 spares in our inventory, as always. What else shall we need? Of course, I think, say this guy's just about done here. Put the other one in there. Of course, we're going to need some wood. We will bring a stack of oak. Just the raw oak with us that we can bust down. That gives us 4 times as many oak planks once we get there, so we can build crafting table and whatever else we need. Glass. Let us go ahead and grab some glass. Regular glass. We'll just take 2 stacks with us right now, maybe. Probably a lot more than I need. 1 stack's probably all I need, really. But, yeah, I like to bring extra stuff, so once we get there, it's stored in a chest for using later. So, but we are also going to need to make some energy up there. So, let's see if we can craft one of these here, tier 4 solar panels. They would generate 256. Let's look at the recipe for that. Oops. Tier 4. Darn it. Let's do it this way. And, yes, we're going to need tesseracts and things. I think what we'll do is we'll just make these generate 64 apiece. Let's see, I think we've got the full recipe for... Let's find out which ones we can craft with our auto-crafting. One of these would probably do it. Can we craft it? What do we need? We need a whole bunch of mirrors. Oh, okay, apparently our recipe for our mirror had somehow disappeared. It was not in the system. So, what we're going to do now is, and why do I have a spare 64K storage drive? Oh, well, anyway. I guess we got a spare one there. So, let's see. Will it craft now? Yes, it will. So we're going to craft that guy up. It's going to take us a little while to craft that up. So, in the meantime, we need some other machines there. What do we need? We've got 1 oxygen bubble distributor. We're going to need a couple of oxygen generators. Oxygen collectors is what we need. And yes, there we go. So, we'll need a couple of these guys. So, let's see what parts we don't have yet crafted for that. Looks like we need a few of these guys. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Take a look at that again. Compressed steel. We have no compressed steel. So let's make a whole bunch of compressed steel. Let's see, what's the recipe for that again? We need compressed iron and some coal. So, okay. Compressed iron. And I think we're going to need a bunch more of that stuff too. So let's grab 2 stacks of iron. And yeah, even though we made a whole bunch of this crap, you consume it pretty quick when you're making stuff, making all these machines and making rockets and things like that. So we'll make a bunch of that right there. Grab some coal. And we'll probably wait for this stuff to slam bang itself out, and we will come back when it's done. Okay, so we crafted up a whole bunch of that stuff, and I have already used it and crafted up 2 oxygen collectors. So we've got our bubble distributor, a couple oxygen collectors, got some glass, and I went ahead and crafted up a little bit of oxygen pipe right now. Should be enough for what we need. We do need some leaves though. Check the status on our solar panel is, yeah, it's still doing its thing. So we're going to also need some conduit. Some lovely energy conduit. We'll take that. Can we craft another stack or so of those? We might have some difficulty in crafting it while we are crafting our solar panel, but let's see if we can make one stick. Come on. Or what we can just do is craft it the easy way. Oh, we need some binder. Yeah, we might have to wait until our CPU resources are... Oh, hey, did it finish? Ah, yes, and we've got ourselves a solar generator, boom, or a tier 4 solar panel, which should be enough for to start with anyway. I think just one of them will be enough to power our oxygen system. So, and we're going to need, let's see, can we make this guy now? There we go. Yeah, make us 100 of those. And we'll throw these back in, and we'll just grab a full stack. And it's done, and there we go. We've got our stack of energy conduit. Throw those guys in there, and of course, again, in order to generate some oxygen, we're going to need some leaf blocks, which I think we've got a whole bunch of those on the moon. So let's just travel to the moon real quick. And probably a few of these other items we've already got in our chest at the moon. We could have just swiped them from there, but yeah, no big deal. Oh, left one of our oxygen tanks back home too, but no problem. We're in our oxygen bubble here. And we've got extra glass there. Let's grab one of these stacks of glowstone from here, and maybe half of these oak saplings. Oh yeah, we've got a couple oxygen collectors already there and a bunch of conduit, but that's okay, we'll leave that stuff there for now. We don't need the leaves here on, we'll take a couple wooden doors off. On the moon we don't need the leaves, because we've got, right outside, we've got, you know, our growing trees here. I don't think there are villages on Mars though, so yeah, let's grab some of these fences, just in case. And sure, you know, let's bring our mining backpack with us, just for the hell of it, to bring a little bit more of this oxygen conduit with us as well. So, dirt. Do we have any dirt? Probably no dirt. I don't know what it's like trying to grow stuff on Mars, but we shall find out. Let's, oops. Let's switch back to the overworld. Travel on back there. Pachoo! Okay, back to the overworld. Let's throw all these guys in our space backpack. And probably more oxygen pipe than we need to bring with us. And we'll throw our mining backpack. You know, I guess we can't put a backpack in a backpack. You could have backpack inception going on there. So, okay, I think we're good. I think we have everything we need. If not, no big deal. You know, once we get there, we're gonna establish a teleportation point, and we can just shoot back and forth. Real super easy. So for now, yes, I think that will give us a start. Let's remember to grab up our other full oxygen tank and install those guys so that we don't suffocate the moment we end up at Mars or in our space station. So, I think we're off and we're ready to head off to Mars. So let's grab our, let's see, sort our inventory, and we will switch our interporter to space station. Let's go ahead and travel on up there. Paching! Hold down the fort for us, Spoo. Don't burn the place down. Okay, so we are now at our space station, and again, Galacticraft is not a thing that works well with Sky Factory, so we have to use a workaround. And, first of all, I think what we need to do, of course we need to set up our rocket. So let's lay down our, our launch pad. We've already pre-fueled our rocket, so let's hop inside. We'll hit F and see that we are fully fueled. Okay. And we will hit Shift to exit the rocket for now. And okay, F5 to change our view back to normal. So we're ready to head off to Mars right now, but we don't want to do that yet because the Sky Factory 2 mod pack Again, it has a mod called Why You No Make Good Map. That's what pretty much creates the void world generation, and we need to disable that before we go to the Mars dimension. Before we generate that dimension for the first time, in order to prevent the void world generation, which won't affect the terrain. It seems only to kind of have the reverse effect in Galacticraft dimensions, and it really messes up all the dungeons and things. And because it does not, that mod does not seem to account for the way Galacticraft generates its world dimensions. So we're going to save and quit to the title. We'll quit our game. And we're back to the ATLauncher here. We're going to back up our world. And now that our world is all backed up, we're going to click Edit Mods. And we're going to find Why You No Make Good Map. And where is it? It's, oh, there it is. This is the mod. So what we need to do right now is just disable it. We'll close. And we're going to relaunch the mod pack. Okay, so our Minecraft has reloaded. We'll go ahead and load up our world. And cool. Okay, now we are back at our space station. Why You No Make Good Map mod is turned off, and now we can safely travel to Mars. So let's go ahead and launch our Tier 2 rocket and head off to the red planet. This combustion propulsion technology is so primitive. I much prefer our dimensional warp travel and anti-gravitics. But what do you expect when you're working with a Neanderthal level of technology? Sticks and stones. Humans, they're so funny when they try to do sciencey things. Okay, so we get back to our solar system map, and now, as we can see, we have access to, so we need Tier 4 to get to Mercury, which is strange. It's not that much farther away. Venus, we do not know, I guess. But, as we can see, let's see, we don't know what we need to get there either. There's a whole nother solar system over here, too. But, right now, we've got our Tier 2, we can go to Mars. So let's go ahead and launch to Mars. And let's see. Yeah, we've got our... Whoa. Kind of a bouncy ball thing is the way we land on Mars. Woohoo! And let's see. I guess we landed in a pretty good spot. We didn't bounce around too much. Or maybe I spoke too soon. Stop bouncing now. Okay. Groovy. Hit shift to exit. And now we can, fortunately it's daytime here. I don't see any hostile mobs at the moment, which is a good thing. Let's grab an empty fuel canister. We'll wrap up our fuel. And we get a little extra fuel because we're at Tier 2 rocket. So, takes about 1 1/4 fuel canisters to collect up the fuel for that. And so yes, and here we are on Mars. Now, let's take a look around. We've got these funky little, oh, is that a meteor? Oh, sweet. Already with the meteors. There's these funny little worm guys that kind of roam around here too. Yeah, these guys. He will follow me now and be my friend. So, okay. To build a base, we shall build probably just a really quick base. I think the first thing we want to do is open our map here. And we're going to create a marker here, a waypoint, and we'll just call this LZ. This is our LZ. And we're going to name this dimension Mars. And okay, groovy. So we've got that there. So let us find a good place. Where would be a good place to build our base? Yeah, really crazy terrain in Mars here. Ooh, what have we over here? Really super deep crater with some kind of funky looking materials in here. Cave systems and things like that. What have we? Ice. And we get running water. Oh, interesting. Is that not going to dry up? Very interesting. Running water on Mars. So we've got water sources, which apparently is scientifically accurate. But first things first, let's get our base built. And sure, we might as well start building it right here. So I think what we'll do is we'll just grab up a little bit of stuff and start building our base here. Should have brought my builder's wand with me. I think what I'm going to do is just sort of square this area off here. We've got our little wormy buddy there. And yeah, we'll just fill in the spaces, make a nice big square thing. Don't be getting in my way of me trying to build stuff. Wormy is what we shall name him. You know that my favorite food is worms, don't you? So don't be pissing me off, or you will be renamed Dinner. You're already in my way. There we go. How come I can slap him around, but I can't slap Spoo around? That's a real jip. Spoo is fun to abuse. And he's almost always deserving of the abuse. Such is his nature. And we won't worry about the big ol' drop off there because we can fly. So, real quick, we're just going to build sort of a platform here. I'm not going to get too much into the base building today because I'm already getting pretty close to the end of the episode here. So I think what we shall do is we will just go ahead and set our let's see, we'll get about in the middle of our base here. We're going to put a marker here in the Mars dimension, and we've got our marker. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open our space backpack here, and we can put all this stuff back in there right now. And the thing we want is, where is it? Yes, we want our second advanced ender porter. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to right smack dab in the middle of our base. We're going to shift, right click, and now we've got our transport or teleport first crystal in here is set to Mars. So I think now what we want to do is we want to go back to our space station now that we've established at least a spawn point here on Mars. So we're going to right click this, head back to our space station. And again, what we're going to do here is we're going to, let's see, we will switch this back to Overworld. We're not going to go there yet. Again, very, very muy importante that you do not travel back to the Overworld until you have re-enabled Why You Know Make Good Map. So what we're going to do is we're going to save and quit again. Quit our game. Back to ATLauncher, edit mods, and now we re-enable Why You Know Make Good Map. And then we'll relaunch the game again. Okay, so now we've got our game relaunched with why you know make good map mod re-enabled. Let's go ahead and load up our world. And okay, now we're back in at the space station dimension, and we've already got our overworld selected, our advanced interporter. We can go ahead and go back to our home base. Oops. Gotta right click and hold it for a little longer. There we go. So, back home. Now we've got our interporter with our Mars location programmed into one of its crystals. So now we should be able to go back and forth between the Mars dimension and the overworld. We shouldn't have to mess around with that mod anymore. I think once the world dimension is generated with its rules, it should generate properly from now, so we don't have to make stop-offs at Spoo. What are you doing out here? I left you out by the pool. Whack, 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 whack. If only I could slap him around. Come on. Yeah, follow me. You dumbass. You freeze to death out here. You didn't have me to look after you. What are you waiting for? Come on. Yeah, there you go. Gotta push you inside. Ah, Spoo, you're such an idiot. Anyway, so cool. So let's leave Spoo here. And here we are back on Mars again. And so yeah, so everything's cool. Everything's groovy. Hunky-dory and friggy-diggy. And groove-tastical. Yes, it's a word. The sun is going down rapidly. So, okay, let's go back to the overworld now. So sweet, now we have access to Mars, and we've got our advanced, our second advanced ender teleporter set with the position so we can go to Mars anytime we want to now. We don't have to use the rocket, we don't have to spend fuel, we just go there, and it's all groove-tastical. So, anyway, I think in the next episode we'll go back to Mars, we'll start building our base there, and see if we can find ourselves a Mars boss. I think that's where the creeper boss is. And we'll kick the living crap out of him. Or one or two of them. Let's see if we can find a Mars dungeon. And start getting to the next level and start working towards building a tier 3 rocket. And moving up the tech chain with that. So, if you enjoyed this video, please do remember to rate, comment, share, subscribe, and always obey your alien overlords. Unless it's Spoo. If you see Spoo, just run like hell, because he's an idiot. Once again, this is AlienPet13, signing off. Probably later.